Great report there. Well, let's bring in Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor, and author of the upcoming book, March to the Majority. I want to just play one more thing from Tim Scott's campaign message and get your reaction to his announcement yesterday. This is about unity and hope. Watch here.
Our party and our nation are standing at a time for choosing victimhood or victory, grievance or greatness. I choose freedom and hope and opportunity. Today, I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression.
Mr. Speaker, could we get your thoughts about Tim Scott's announcement, but also what Alexandria Hoff just reported on? Not only do we have Ron DeSantis likely to get into the race this week, but now Glenn Youngkin says he might get in too?
Well, I mean, I think it's partly a function of DeSantis having failed to fill the vacuum. There was a large vacuum of non-Trump Republicans. Trump keeps gaining in strength. I think the latest poll today has him at 61% in a Republican primary, which is astonishing. But at the same time, DeSantis didn't prove capable of reaching out to all the different elements of the party. So you now have more and more people who say, hey, I could be a competitor. Tim Scott is a terrific person. I've watched him since he ran for county commission in 1995. Then he became a congressman, then a senator. It's terrific for the country to have Tim Scott, who is a deeply committed Christian, offering a vision of hope, of opportunity, of unifying us. I think he's going to be one of the real stars of the next 2 years. I think if Glenn Youngkin does a video on thinking about the future of America as opposed to the future of Virginia, there's more than a little bit of a hint there, although I think the real challenge for Youngkin is to do really, really well in the off-year legislative elections. If they win control of both houses in Virginia, he's got a pretty good argument to then run for president next year.
Okay, all of that super interesting. Now, the media and the Democrats, they really want to go after Ron DeSantis as well. And so what you had on Sunday night was the NAACP warning African Americans not to travel to Florida. Here is the Wall Street Journal headline, call for number 4. The NAACP expels Florida from the union. The group's travel advisory distorts the state's record to take a shot at Ron DeSantis. Is this going to backfire on the NAACP, or will it hurt Ron DeSantis?
It's going to backfire, and it's crazy. I mean, they could issue a warning about Baltimore. They could issue a warning about New York or Chicago. There are a lot of big cities that are dramatically more physically dangerous than any place in Florida. That goes right at DeSantis' strength, which is he runs a very solid, law-abiding, conservative state that's tough on crime and is terrific for entrepreneurs and for job creation and for an education system that actually teaches American history rather than anti-American history. So, I think taking him on, frankly, diminishes the NAACP. I was very surprised to see it. I think it was a huge mistake on their part. And I don't think that they should become just an attack arm of the Democratic Party. I think it weakens them.
It's interesting because sometimes I think that the left overreaches, right? And they think something might hurt a candidate, but when you're in a GOP primary and you have a chance then to refocus and look at the record of Ron DeSantis, I'm sure he'd be happy to have that record looked at, especially as he plans to announce this week. Mr. Speaker, always great to have you. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.